Hi, my name is Miss Nicole, and I am here to talk to you today about the distributive property. So let's take a look. All right, when we are talking about the distributive property, I like to think of a teacher handing out papers to a class. So a teacher has a stack of papers and she's going to divide up those papers and hand them out to every single person in this class. That is what we are going to do with some numbers and variables today. So here we have the 2 on the outside. So I think of that like the teacher. And then inside the parentheses, we have 3x plus 6. So I want to multiply the number on the outside by the terms on the inside. Remember, terms are separated by addition or subtraction signs. So we have 3x as a term and we have 6 as a term. So I'm going to take my 2 and I'm going to multiply it by all the terms on the inside. So we're going to do 2 times 3x first, and we get 6x. And then we're going to do 2 times 6. And I bring my plus sign down and I get a 12. Now, I always use arrows when I'm doing the distributive property. A common error I see with students is that they only multiply that first number, that 2 on the outside, by the first term on the inside, and they just forget about the second term on the inside. So I suggest always using those arrows to remind us to multiply everything on the inside by that number on the outside. Now, if I look at my answer, 6x plus 12, I can't do anything else with that. I can't combine them because they are not like terms. This number right here is a number or a coefficient is attached to that variable. And then this number right here, the 12, is a constant. It does not have a variable with it. So there's nothing I can do. This would be my final answer. All right, let's take a look at one, but we're going to include some negatives in here. So we're going to do -2 times 3x minus 4. And I'm going to bring my friend Dorito Man here. If you haven't met Dorito Man, he's a really cool dude. And he reminds us of the rules for division and multiplication of integers. So Dorito Man, division, multiplication, get it? So we have our negatives and our positive in there. So again, I'm going to draw my arrows first. So that first multiplication problem is -2 times 3x. So it's a negative times a positive. So if we look at Dorito Man, we have a negative and a positive. If we multiply a negative times a positive, it gives us this leftover piece right here. It gives us a negative. So I'm going to bring my negative down, and 2 times 3x would give us 6x. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to solve this next part. I could just say, all right, let me bring my subtraction sign down, and then I'm going to do -2 times +4. So again, a negative times a positive will give us a negative. So -2 times a +4 would give us a -8. But this looks a little funny. It's not wrong, but it's not simplified. -6x minus -8. We don't like those double negatives together. Once we hit 8th grade, we don't like those double negatives. So let's think about this. If I had something bad happen, like I broke my arm and I had to wear a cast, that's a bad thing. But if I take that away, I take my cast away, I take that bad thing away, it's positive, it's good. So that's the same thing here. If we're taking away a negative, that's a good thing. It's a positive. So we can do add a line, change the sign. So we add a line here, change the sign here, and we are left with -6x plus 8. All right, that's one way of solving it. Now I'm going to show you another way. So we're going to start off the same way. -2 times 3x is -6x. But we can go back to our original problem and change that subtraction sign from the very beginning. So if we don't want to have to deal with extra negatives, instead of having -4, we can change this to plus a -4. Taking away 4 is the same as adding -4. It's the same process. So I've changed that to an addition problem. So I can bring my addition sign down. And now when I multiply, I'm multiplying -2 times -4. So negative times a negative. Let's look at Dorito Man. -2 times -4. That will give me a positive. So I have a +8. Now you'll see you come up with the same answer. It's really a preference. Which way do you like best? That's the way you're going to do it. That's the good thing about math, is that sometimes we do learn a lot of different methods, and maybe it's a little bit confusing, but that's because some ways are easier for other students to remember. And you get to pick which way you like to do it. So that's the distributive property. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.